We all have different ways of viewing our family. Right now, my family are the best roommates ever. They cook for me, pay rent, it's awesome. Today, we got to learn how Manar views his family as a tree that he carries with him throughout his life. I'm going to be breaking up this evaluation into two parts. I'm going to first start off with what Manar did really well, and then move on to what he needs to improve on. So on the first point for what he did well, I wanted to talk about what he was working on for his feedback and evaluation, which was getting a concise point across. Manar did a great job of doing this. The point being, we want our families to be perfect, but we should learn to learn from their mistakes to become better people. One thing I wanted to point out to Manar and everyone else that helped him make this point consistent was the constant use of imagery. We had trees, we had beautiful flowers growing on the branches. This consistency helps re-emphasize this point about trees and therefore his family. The next thing that Manar did really well was providing descriptions of this tree. We got descriptions of his aunts who helped play with him when he was young, or his cousins that used to console him after an exam. These descriptions helped us realize that this tree that he's talking about is his family, and that made things very clear for us. Second, Manar had some very poetic lines that again added to this imagery of the tree. We had the flowers blossoming. We're cutting down the branches. Pesticide, or should we lay fertile soil? Again, this type of imagery brings us back around to the idea of a tree and the importance of a tree, while also tinkling our ears is a way to say it. It was very beautiful lines that I really enjoyed. Now let's move on to some areas of improvement. Manar, I felt like one thing that would have enhanced your speech is more vocal variety. I understand that this speech was very serious, and during the serious moments, you can be solemn and tense. But during the beginning, when you're describing your family, you could act a little bit more emotional. For example, my cousins would console me and make me feel better after a tough exam. And things like that can really enhance your speech because you're now acting out what you're saying. The second thing is a more specific thing that I saw during your speech. Sometimes your eyes would drop from the camera and they would move side to side like you were reading the text. So just keep that in motion. I even realize now that as I'm speaking, I'm not looking at the camera the entire time. And the final point is a very small thing. Towards the end of your speech, you were rotating a little bit nervously in your chair. So just keep that in check. Overall, we got to learn about Manar's family in a very poetic and descriptive way. I think this was a great speech, Manar. Thank you for sharing this tree with all of us.